Welcome to RNS Podcast. My name is Dylan.
And I'm Evan.
This week, Evan, we're going to discuss John Waters' Pink Flamingo.
Goes.
That's what I was going to say, but you interrupted me.
Oh,
and
yeah.
we're going to talk about that movie. But first, thank you for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe and press the notification bell. We're going to do another wacky movie next week if you like that kind of thing.
We are. Should we say, or should we wait?
No, go ahead. Evan, big reveal.
We will be doing, because we didn't get enough penis this week, we are going to be doing Vincent Gallo's The Brown Bunny next week.
Yeah, so we're doing all types of crazy, nutty movies that no one's seen, and you're going to love it.
And you're going to love it. You're going to fucking love it.
And we're going to love it too, as well.
Exactly, yeah.
So yeah, with that being said, we appreciate your support, and let's get into Pink Flamingos. Before we get into the movie, actually, did you have anything else to mention? Black Phone was good, I guess.
We already talked about Black Phone and Elvis.
Talked about Buzz Lightyear.
Yep. We didn't go see Minions Rise of Gru, so we're waiting until Andy comes back.
Oh, I can't wait for that.
Yeah, once Andy comes back, we'll go see it.
So I know you guys are waiting for our opinion on Minions Rise of Gru, but that'll have to wait.
Have you watched anything else? Anything interesting?
Me and Terry watched the first 2 episodes of Better Call Saul.
Oh.
Which, for context, also, I've seen the whole show.
Yeah.
Up to this point.
Up to what's currently out, but because it's because I know AMC divides their season in half.
Yeah, we're in the mid-season break.
Yeah.
And luckily, July is going to be based because July.
Does it start this month?
July, Better Call Saul comes back. Stranger Things comes back.
Oh, awesome! Actually, it did come back.
It came back already. It's already fully out.
I have not watched any of 4 yet. I thought about starting it yesterday, but I was like, I can't bring myself to watch it.
Yeah, I thought about because Terry bought me a bunch. Shout out Terry! I fucking love you, Terry.
Yeah, Terry's
If
awesome.
you ever listen to this, Terry, if I die tragically and you listen to RNS podcast, like when you miss me or something, I just want to say, Terry, I appreciate you. I love you. You're a wonderful auntie, and I love you so much. And she bought me a bunch of cool snacks, which I've consumed some of them in front of you today.
Oh, she went and got you the Stranger Things snacks from FYE.
And
That's a joke.
I was thinking, no, fuck no. Yeah, the gobstoppers.
I don't want anyone to think that Terry did you that dirty.
The Dustin gobstoppers and shit. No, but yeah, she got me a bunch of cool snacks, and I was like, oh, I love watching like a new show or something if there's something on streaming and have like cool snacks.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, should I watch Stranger Things 4 and like eat these snacks? And I was like, no, I'm just gonna play Fortnite. Just not fucking deal with that.
Yeah, I have not started it. I still have not watched the new season of The Boys either, which I actually do want to watch because I've heard a lot of people say this season's pretty good so far.
I have been keeping up with it. It's pretty good. It's like
I need to start it.
It's like a little cheap on the budget, but
season 1 and 2 weren't like.
But you think like if you keep getting renewed for more seasons, like you think they give it a better budget, and it's like they just keep taking place in like shitty locations.
Yeah.
It's okay. But it's pretty good. Yeah, we've been playing Fortnite. Can we talk about that?
Yeah, sure.
So everyone.
I'd rather not, but okay.
So if for whatever reason, too bad. If for whatever reason this episode pops off, right?
Yeah.
I would like everyone listening to ask in whatever form you want, like in a YouTube comment section, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, wherever you want. Comment, bring Batman back to Fortnite.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm missing the Batman skin, and I really need the Batman skin. I have Superman and Wonder Woman and Harley Quinn. I have no Batman skin. So I desperately need the Batman back. But yeah, we've been playing some Fortnite. Evan got a huge dub the other day, where I died, and then Evan like killed the last people left, and it was pretty badass.
It was a fluke.
Yeah, it was. No, it's called fucking skill. You fucking.
I used the blaster.
Evan's being humble.
No, because I'm not that very good, but I pulled that off.
But yeah, I decided to just charge these people. It was the last team left. I'd knocked one. I killed one. And then the other one killed me. And then I was like, Evan, get him. And Evan got him. He fucking walked him down with the Star Wars blaster. And it was fucking awesome. Yeah, we've been playing Zero Build. It's been really fun.
Using the Kakashi skin.
The huge Kakashi skin with the Star Wars gun. What more of a fucking crazy crossover can you ask for?
Yeah. It went pretty crazy.
So yeah, I just wanted to mention that. Fortnite is cool. And that's it. So Evan, you want to get into Pink Flamingos?
I'm ready.
First of all, this movie, why is it called that?
Pink Flamingo. Good question. I haven't even looked it up.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Should we Google it right now?
Sure.
Should we? Okay. Why is Pink Flamingos called Pink Flamingos?
I don't know.
Well, you know what? It's up for interpretation, okay?
Well, yeah, it's a very deep kind of film that you kind of have to interpret for yourself. But yeah, the only pink flamingo in the movie is like a lawn ornament in the title sequence.
Yeah.
So that's kind of weird. Directed by John Waters.
Of course.
Gay auteur.
Yeah.
Not unlike
Joel Schumacher.
We should have done Pink Flamingos during Pride, but that's okay. That's all right. So
you ever seen any other John Waters films? Is
No.
this your first one?
I think so. I mean, I think I've seen Hairspray. He directed the movie.
Yeah.
I've seen Hairspray, but I didn't like. It was one of those movies that like I was forced to watch as a kid, and I like didn't care. I just like played with my Legos or something.
Yeah.
While my mom and like aunt watched it or something. But I hear it's good. I guess.
Have you seen Cry Baby?
Nah.
That was a good one. I've seen that. And I haven't seen too many either. I saw Cry Baby and I saw Multiple Maniacs, which is very similar to Pink Flamingos.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, Divine is in that also. That one before.
Divine is
Pink
badass.
Flamingos, so. Yeah, Divine is a badass. Pink Flamingos is actually way better than that one, but...
Really?
Yeah. That was a good movie though, but yeah, Pink Flamingos was significantly better.
Yeah. Well, is the other one like more amateurish? Like, what is it like? What's the difference?
It was just kind of, I wouldn't say it's boring. It was a good movie, but it's like, I don't know. I feel like it took some of the stuff and that just kind of like upped the ante completely in Pink Flamingos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh. So it's like it was not quite as
shocking.
Yeah, shocking. Like like trying to get a rise out of people.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't quite as far as this. Okay.
And it's in black and white also. It's older. I mean, it was cool, but I just feel like Pink Flamingos was more entertaining. But it's been a few years since I've seen it, so.
Oh, okay. Interesting. I know I've seen the episode where John Waters is in The Simpsons.
That's awesome.
I've seen that. Do I remember what happens? No.
Damn.
But I've seen it.
Yeah.
So there you go. John Waters history.
Yeah, John Waters history. We're clearly both experts on the man.
That's our John Waters history section. And we just watched like half an interview of him talking.
Yeah.
So we're pretty well versed.
Terry calling you. I don't remember she's like, answer the phone when I call you.
Hey, Terry.
Hey, what you doing?
I'm doing the podcast with Evan.
Okay, I was gonna pick you up dinner.
Please do.
Alright, well, text me what you want. What movie are you guys talking about?
Like I said, remember earlier we were watching it. It was Pink Flamingos.
Oh, yeah, Pink Flamingos. Stupid movie.
No, it's a great movie. So yeah, we'll
Don't need to spend all that time talking about it. It's shit.
Jeez. Alright.
Alright, there you go. Podcast done. Bye.
Bye, Terry.
Alright, bye. Can we leave part of that in?
I will.
At least part of it. Welcome back. Sorry about that. I had a little altercation, family altercation, but that's alright. We're back. So where were we, Evan?
I think we were going to start talking about the movie.
Okay, so the movie stars famed cross-dresser and LGBTQ community personality.
Oh, yeah.
Divine. And Divine is epic.
Oh, clearly, yes.
Very funny, very cool person.
Very funny.
Yeah.
Very filthy.
Very filthy.
Yeah.
If you will. This movie's all about filth.
Do you want to talk about what it's about? Do you want to give them the basic plot synopsis?
Do you want me to do it?
If you want, yeah.
Okay, so this movie is about Divine, as mentioned. Mm-hmm. She is... the premise at the beginning is that she has gone off to live in the woods with her crazy, weird family. And they've gone off to live in the woods to kind of lay low for a while.
Yeah.
And have a bit of a vacation from, like, public life. And she's a bit... In this movie, like, in this universe, I guess similar to real life, she's famous.
Yes.
She's quite famous for being... one of the most depraved people in human history, and but right now they want a little break and they're laying low.
Yeah. I think it's like the authorities are looking for her, right?
I think maybe.
Yeah. So because they acknowledge that she's a murderer.
And later they have an encounter with the police.
Yeah.
Which we'll get into. There's a lot of fun stuff.
Yeah, there is.
But yeah, so for now she's living in the trailer park. Or sorry, excuse me. She's living in a trailer in the woods with no marked address whatsoever. So they're just basically like homeless.
Yeah.
Effectively.
And they have a shed also.
They have a shed, like a chicken coop.
Yeah.
And a trailer, and they live with their mother. or they live with Divine's mother.
Totally normal character.
Probably the most normal, one of the most normal characters in Hollywood fiction.
That's the first. After you finish the plot synopsis, I want to talk about her first.
Well, so we'll get into her more deeply in a moment. She's an interesting character.
Yeah.
She also has a son. What is the son's name?
What was
Cotton, I think, is the girl.
Yeah, his name was it Cookie?
Cookie.
Is it?
No, wait, is Cookie the girl and he's Cotton?
Cracker.
Cracker.
Was it Cracker?
Who's Cotton?
That was her. Hers.
Cookie is the spy.
Cookie was a spy. Oh, yeah.
Cookie is the spy. Okay.
They all have very interesting names.
Weird names.
Crackers is his name.
Crackers is the name of Divine's son.
Yeah.
And Cotton is the name of his girlfriend, which is also... Is that...
No. Cotton was, the sister. Divine's sister.
Divine's sister?
Or was it his sister? Because she called the grandma... Wait, she called the mother mom. It's very confusing. It's an interesting family.
So they don't really explain... I don't think they go out of their way to explain the relationship of... So the son's name is Crackers.
Yeah.
They don't explain the relationship between Crackers and his girlfriend. It might be his sister, or it might be Divine's sister. Or
I didn't even know it was his girlfriend.
It definitely is his girlfriend.
Is it?
I think so.
I thought it was like his aunt.
So it's up to interpretation.
Yeah,
it's a very deep film.
Yeah.
It's a thinking man's film, so you'll have to see for yourself. But the point is they're very degenerate, very nutty, very disgusting people. And then that's about it. And then they have a new member of the family that comes into the fray.
Yeah.
Which is the Eggman.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about the other, because the whole movie's them trying to do the filth off with the fucking other depraved people.
Yeah.
The depraved couple. Yeah, that's what the movie's about. They're trying to be like, oh, who's more filthy?
And, yeah,
Divine and her fucking family, or
there's
or
another
the depraved couple.
There's another couple, like, completely unrelated to the family. And they're like, well, fuck Divine. Like, she's overrated.
Yeah.
Like, we're the filthiest people in the world. So they start trying to fuck with Divine in order to steal her title.
Yeah.
As the filthiest person in existence.
The Marbles. That's
the
her name.
Marbles.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Marbles.
Yeah, they are the Marbles. And something happens to them.
Oh, yeah.
But, what do you want to get into the mom? You want to talk about
I wanted to say, so this movie, if you haven't guessed from just that basic plot synopsis, it's very disturbing, I guess you may say.
Very.
Or gross, sick, I don't know. Twisted.
Definitely not a family movie.
Dylan, do you think this is the most disgusting movie we've reviewed on the podcast?
Solely for the ending scene alone, probably yes.
I wouldn't say only because of that, but, well, that's, yeah.
Put that on the end of Star Wars, and it would be the most disgusting movie ever made. It's, yeah, the ending, the very last thing you see.
Yeah, this is probably the grossest movie we reviewed.
It's probably the most famous thing about this movie. The very ending thing, but I guess we'll save it and we'll just talk about it later.
Yeah, so you would say yes, it is the most disgusting movie we reviewed?
Yeah.
I would agree. Oh, but anyways, I just want to say the mom was disturbing.
Yeah, so the mom is super disturbing. So you like, she basically spends the entire movie. It's like an older lady.
Yeah,
it's an older, kind of bigger lady. Okay, we're not here to offend.
She's slow in the mind.
She's slow in the mind, as Chris Chan might say, and she spends her entire time in the movie in a cradle, or a playpen, really.
Yeah.
A playpen. Shirtless. In a bra.
Yeah.
And with, like, egg crumbs all over her chest.
Yeah.
And she's just hungry for eggs. And
she loves eggs.
And basically, she's portrayed as, like, ignorant, like a child.
I would say she has, like, a baby mind.
Yeah, she has a baby mind. She's like, what if all the chickens go away, mama, and we... Or not mama, but she talks to Divine like Divine is her mother.
Yeah.
Even though Divine is her son / daughter.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to say. Divine is not trans.
Yeah, but in the movie, I guess
they do call her she.
It's a female,
but
she's a female.
She's a cross-dresser.
Yeah,
is the thing. So I don't know if she.
But yeah, the actual Divine is not trans. He was just a cross-dresser. I don't think he identified as.
But I think it was like a bit of like kayfabe or whatever. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Like in wrestling, it's like when. It's like you're like, oh yeah, like fucking Stone Cold Steve Austin's a real asshole, but you know, like it's an act, like it's a character. So you just like, kayfabe is when you like pretend it's real.
Oh, okay.
So I think maybe when she's like in drag in character, people call her she because she's Divine. So yeah, we'll probably just call her she for the.
Yeah,
the
because
video.
in the movie, I think
they all
yeah,
address
she's
her
a
as she.
female,
Yeah, for sure.
Anyways, the grandmother talked to her like, oh, it's like her mother. The way I kind of see that though, is like, you know how like older children take care of their like fucking decrepit parents.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's like that.
It's like that, but on like an 11.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that mom is just like, I don't know what's wrong with her.
Pretty
and then she's
disturbing.
like Dylan said, she's like in the playpen. The whole movie, you never really see her leave. There's one part towards the end.
And she's still like sitting in something.
Yeah.
Like she's no longer in the playpen, but she's still.
You
like,
never see her like walk.
You never see her walk
Yeah.
or stand up ever.
And she's obsessed with the fucking egg.
She just loves the egg.
Like the way she eats is so disgusting. Like she'll grab them in their fucking hands. And like I said, it's a very obese woman.
Yeah, for her, egg. She likes every type of egg. She likes scrambled, sunny side up, hard boiled.
Yeah.
She likes all the eggs, and no matter what kind of egg, it's for her. It's a finger food.
Yeah.
She eats it with her hands.
And like you just see like the egg like crumbs all over her fucking chest. It was like, oh, that was just like, I don't know.
And it's funny too
wasn't
because
pleasant to watch.
it doesn't even like when there are the crumbs on her chest, right?
Yeah.
That they don't like draw attention to that, but like there's a whole scene of her just like talking back and forth with someone, and they're just there.
No, they do draw attention to that when Crackers brings in the spy Cookie. And he's like, "This is your grandmother?"
Oh,
She's
yeah.
like, she have eggs all over her.
But like before that, when you were first
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
ew, like what the fuck? Like before that, she's just like talking, delivering dialogue.
Yeah,
and it's just there.
yeah.
It's just there.
And it wasn't even during a scene where she was eating it.
Yeah.
was just, like,
It was just
there. Yeah. Does it mean anything? The eggs? Probably not.
It does
You think so?
because they reject traditional conception.
Oh, is that it?
No.
Well, I mean, that's certainly a part of the plot, kind of.
Yeah?
With the other couple.
That was not real though. That was a shot in the dark. But the eggs, I feel like could have something to do with like a traditional kind of thing. Like I don't know, something like that. I don't think that was meant to be
They were just like, oh, it's funny.
read into. It's just like she's the funny egg.
Yeah.
Oh, she's nasty. And then
So that was like, so I mentioned to Dylan, like, I don't know, like 20 minutes into the movie, oh, they're working their way up to the famous
ending.
disgusting thing that happens in the movie. And the movie does certainly get more and more disgusting, I would say, as you watch it. And that was kind of like the first, like, thing to me.
It's kind of crazy. Yes.
Yeah.
Because even though there's a few things in this movie that makes me like want to puke.
Yeah.
That the mother, like the whole mother character, is like the most disturbing thing, for sure.
Just because of how strange
It is very.
yeah.
It's kind of fucking strange,
Yeah.
John Waters. What do you think? But yeah, it was really entertaining. Very, very entertaining.
Yeah, for sure.
So then, what do you want to talk about after the mom?
I don't know. Should we just talk about all the disgusting things that happen in this movie? Is that what we should talk about?
Yeah. So, Divine gets a package.
Mm-hmm.
From the what are they called? The marbles.
The marbles, yeah.
So the marbles, the jealous couple that they think they're filthier than Divine. It's kind of funny because the whole filthy like logic doesn't really track.
Well, what do you mean?
Because like she gets shit in the mail and they're all like, "Oh no!"
Yeah.
So and then like when they find like sex slaves and stuff, they like free them and like help them. I don't know. It's not like super consistent.
Yeah.
But maybe they have different like definitions of like filth, you know? Because like Divine's like, oh, like I'm filthy, but I don't want to enslave people.
Yeah,
like I'll
yeah.
eat them, but I don't want to enslave them.
Well, I also see it kind of just, it was kind of a slight against them. Because obviously it was like, oh, the marbles and that other. So the marbles have like someone working for them, I guess.
Yeah.
Who impregnate. Okay, so yeah, this is really.
Well, we have to explain what the marbles do.
I was about to say like, yeah, I can't just say this and not.
So, the marbles, they're a couple. They're an eccentric couple. They're pretty well off.
I guess so. Yeah.
They seem to have some money. So what they do is they go out and they abduct women.
Yeah.
And then they have their assistant. He's kind of like their assistant. He like chauffeurs them around, drives them, and like does shit for them around the house and whatnot. And he, we can't say, don't say the R word, so we'll get banned or whatever. Mm-hmm. He assaults them.
Yeah.
For them to produce a child, and they sell the child.
to lesbian couples.
to lesbian couples.
Yeah, who want children.
And this is disturbing on its own.
Yeah, you see early on when you kind of first find out what they're doing, you see they sell it to a lesbian couple and they're like, oh, it's baby noodles. Like the baby was named Noodles, and they're like, "Oh my god, it's so beautiful, baby Noodles."
Yeah, and it's crazy because
do they know what's happening? I don't know.
I don't think they know exactly.
Okay.
I don't think the customers know exactly how they do it, but that scene where they reveal what they're doing,
Yeah,
like is insane. Like the way it cuts from like this normal like bottom floor of a house, and then it cuts into this dungeon with like a shirtless like pregnant lady like screaming and crying, and then a dead woman on the ground.
Yeah, who
like,
had the baby?
And there's like a newborn on the ground like screaming.
No, the newborn was silent, which was kind of scary.
You're not screaming.
That was kind of scary.
You're right. Yeah, it's very very disturbing. And then what I thought was pretty funny in that part was like the woman like starts going on a rant like, "Let me out of here! Like you're a monster! Get me out of here!" And he's like, "I told you not to talk to me."
Yeah.
After she like goes on a big long rant, I thought that was pretty funny. The movie's funny.
He's like, "Yeah, I told you not to talk to me when I'm down here."
It's a very funny movie.
Yeah.
Extremely
Extremely low budget, we should mention.
Yeah, extremely low budget. I actually guessed the budget pretty close.
Yeah, you were close.
Because we were talking about like, oh, I wonder how much this movie was made for. And I was like $10,000. And what did you say it was?
I was like, I think it would probably be less, but you were close. It was more. It was more. It was 12.
Well, movies are expensive, you know.
Yeah, well, true.
Movies are expensive. Even though it's a dog shit camera, you still got to pay for.
And they couldn't
things.
afford a boom mic.
Yeah, they could not afford microphones. They could not afford probably various things. But yeah, that poor child. That poor child was sold.
Who kid was that? They're like, yeah, put them on the dungeon floor. So that was also fucked up. That was after the eggs. I was like, oh, okay. That was when I was seeing that. I'm like, Jesus Christ. And
the movie's pretty short, and there's like a good, like, at least like 5 like very fucked up things.
Yeah.
So they get your money's worth.
Yeah, you do.
You get your money's worth. Oh yeah, we didn't mention that we were watching this for the 50th anniversary Criterion Collection edition.
It was
Pink Flamingos that was released. That was pretty cool.
Pretty cool. Thank you, Criterion.
Thank you, Evan.
Thank you, Evan.
For bringing the film over.
Of course.
Yeah. What else epic?
What were we saying though? Oh yeah, because we were trying. Yeah, we were talking about the marbles. So we were like, we had to explain what they do.
Oh yeah, so that's what they do. They kidnap and impregnate the women with their. They make their assistant impregnate the women, and when they die, they just replace them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is
they just go get a new one.
I forgot what I was saying though. I was like saying something about the marbles. I don't remember.
You were mentioning something a little further on about them, and we had to kind of.
I had to backtrack.
Yeah, we had to give a little more information.
I can't remember exactly what I was saying, but anyways, yeah. So they're sick in the head as well.
Yeah, they're pretty nutty.
But I was trying to say like, so it might have just been like, it wasn't the fact that like, Divine and Cookies, because later they go into the fucking Marbles house and like try to make it disgusting or whatever they're trying to do. It wasn't the fact like they were disturbed that they had slaves or whatever. It's like, oh, they just wanted to like, they're like, oh, if we free the slaves, like this will be fucking them over. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, because they'll let them out. They won't make money off like raping them.
Yeah.
God, I can't say that.
Yeah.
They can't assault them anymore.
Yeah. And
they can't make a profit off of that. And then of course they'll probably go to the police, and so they're pretty much fucking them over.
Yeah.
And they had more plans for them as well.
So yeah, that's so it's like I wouldn't say that it doesn't really track, but I can see what you mean.
It just feels like if you're gonna be the first filthiest person in the world, you'd like probably do something way worse than free them. But I like that Divine. She moves to the beat of her own drum.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, she doesn't do what you want.
And also, it's just like I don't know, Divine. Even though Divine and her family are evil. We do see them do some evil things. They do feel significantly less evil than the Marbles.
Yeah, there's a distinction. They're filthy, not evil.
Yeah. No, well, I'm saying, like, we see, like, what Cracker does with Cookie. That was pretty evil. But, yeah.
No, but bad. The chickens.
They're bad.
The chickens, though.
Yeah, and murdering chickens.
No, so those were, like, real, right?
I guess.
I don't know if they actually killed those chickens. That's pretty fucked if they did.
Well, that looked like a pretty real dead chicken later.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. It's a fucked up movie.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad.
But the point is that they feel they do a few evil things, but they're significantly less evil than the Marvels.
Yeah, it's like, but
and also you're just following them around in general, so it's easy to side against the fucking Marvels.
yeah.
Actually, I don't know. It's pretty split who you're following in the movie.
Yeah, because I talked about that in the beginning. Like, you spent like 20 minutes in the movie. It's like pretty even between the characters, and then there's like 20 minutes where you don't see Divine.
Yeah.
So like, you know,
It kind of follows both of them actually.
Yeah.
But they feel more asshole-ish. That they're just like Divine ain't do shit to them. They're like, oh fucking, like no, we're worse than you or whatever.
But I think maybe it wasn't the right way to put it when I said like there's a distinction between like filth and evil. Maybe it's not a distinction or like a line, but I think the focus, like Divine is like, I want to be filthy.
Yeah.
And then the fucking what are they called? The Marbles.
Yeah.
The Marbles are like they just have like a different like. They're like, oh, we're fucking evil, so that makes us filthy.
Yeah.
It's like, no, bitch.
Maybe that's it. Yeah, they just have different conceptions of what filth is.
Yeah, it's like, and then Divine knows that, you know, filth is filth.
Yeah, filth is doing what you do at the end of the movie.
Yeah, filth is doing what you love.
Yeah, or putting raw meat between your fucking legs.
That's gross.
Oh, that's pretty early on too. She deals from.
Yeah, there's just a scene of like, she's preparing for her birthday party, which is very epic.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, like, can I check out that meat? And like, she goes to me, and then she just like rips it out of the package and like shoves it up her between her thighs, and then just like walks out of it there like really fancy. And then a guy with like a package of hot dogs, a package of hot dogs is like, it's like walking up to her with it and like touching her with it.
Yeah.
It's like, did you get turned on by her putting the meat?
Did he see that? I don't know.
I think.
Oh, yeah.
Why the fuck else would he like be doing that?
I don't know. He just saw this big drag queen walk in and got turned on.
And he was like, "Here's these hot dogs."
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
The logic of it doesn't matter. What matters is that you saw the filth of it.
Yeah. You experienced the filth. You watch this movie and you don't take a shower after.
Yeah.
You sit in it. Definitely. You sit in it. So they did send Divine the shit, as I mentioned.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which that's kind of why I was like, oh, the filth thing is like not consistent, because like they get the shit and they're like, oh my god, no.
Yeah, but it was like I didn't see it as like, ew, this is shit.
There was like, how dare you?
Yeah,
do this?
yeah. You know what I mean? It's kind of like what I was saying about the slave thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the way I took it. Anyway.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I can agree with that. They were more like, how dare you do this?
Yeah, like it's an insult to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like because on the package it says from the filthy and people alive. So it's like, oh, you're trying. It's like you're trying to question my filthiness.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. So yeah, once they see that, the game is on.
Yeah.
The game is on.
Can we talk about the mailman scene before that, though?
Of course.
So, yeah, as we mentioned, or Dylan mentioned, they live really in the middle of nowhere. They just went in the woods and just put their trailer.
Yeah, they just dragged a trailer to the woods, and that's just where they live.
And so the mailman is like, shows up, and she's like, "How the fuck did you find us? It doesn't have any address." And she's like, "Get off my property," but it's like, well, technically, it's not your fucking. You know what I mean?
But at the same time, the mailman understands like, Divine will kill me.
Yeah, because she was like, "I'm gonna count to 10 or whatever."
But can I do my Divine impression?
Yeah.
I can't do it. She's like, get off my property before I kill you.
But this is a good time to mention how the acting in this movie is pretty bad.
Terrible.
Because you can see the mailman's like trying not to laugh during that scene.
But at the same time, it is very charming.
It is charming. Yeah.
It's
not
charming.
again. It's like I wouldn't say it's like a point, like a notch against the movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. There's not. Yeah, it's not like, oh, like Pink Flamingos, like the acting sucked, I couldn't enjoy it. Like, you sound like an idiot. Like, that's not the point.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Everything about the movie is filthy.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
It's filthy and shitty, and it's terrible, and it's, it's what you need.
It's trash cinema.
Yeah, it's trash cinema. It's fucking awesome.
And like you mentioned this while we were watching it, how like the mom like forgets her lines like in the middle, and she keeps going.
It's crazy because I feel like almost every scene was one take.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Because-
maybe. Yeah.
Like,
I can't say for sure, but yeah.
like one or two at most.
Yeah.
Because like the mom like flubs her lines and then like corrects herself in the same sentence. And
Yeah.
they just leave it in. And sometimes you can tell people are just like barely, like they just read their line.
Yeah.
And then they're coming on and filming it and like they can barely remember it kind of thing.
Yeah.
That happens quite a few times. But it's cool.
It's cool. Yeah, no problem.
Great movie.
What were you gonna say though? After I was like, oh yeah.
We were talking about the mailman.
Yeah.
He run away.
Yeah, I want to go back to that, but you were gonna say you said the game is on.
Yeah, so the game is on.
Yeah, the game.
And so now Divine knows that there are bad actors in her midst.
Yeah.
And she needs to react filthily.
How does she find out who they are again?
Who fucking knows?
I'm trying to remember.
Well, it's like in the news or something.
Or was it after they got their house burned down that they find out? Because you have the marbles like later go and burn down their house.
Did the son find out through the girl?
No, because we don't see the girl again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Does not matter.
Yeah.
Because the
I'm trying to
game
remember.
is on.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't even really talk about... Do you want to talk about the cookie scene?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, because we didn't talk about that.
Mhm.
But we mentioned the chicken thing. So, the Marbles hire a girl named Cookie
Mhm.
to go and, like, seduce Divine's son.
Yeah.
To get
Crackers.
information out of
Cookie
him.
and crackers.
Cookie and crackers.
The names are very interesting in this movie.
weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, very...
A lot of people named after food. Like we said, the baby's named Noodles.
Yeah, very strange. Very, DBZ-esque.
Yeah, there you go.
This movie inspired both DBZ and Star Wars, which
Yeah.
we'll get into. But, and also we didn't mention the release. This movie came out in 1972.
Mm-hmm. It did.
It does not feel like a movie from 1972 to me.
Really?
Yeah, it feels like more modern, I guess.
I don't think this feels modern because I feel like they wouldn't make this now.
It feels modern, but not like...
I feel like it fits into like the 70s exploitation kind of mold.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I guess so, but I could see this being like a 90s thing.
Maybe.
Like, maybe not modern, but... I feel like it's kind of ahead of its time, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so.
A little bit. But, yeah, so Cookie goes in and she knows she's going to have to do something terrible sexually with the son to, like, get the information out of him. And the fucking... His... Cookie's... Or, not Cookie. Cracker's girlfriend or sister, Cotton,
Yeah.
whatever she is, she's like, oh, I'm so fucking horny, like, get the blood on it, and she's like, don't touch me, though, and, like, they're so weird. And then, so, basically, like, I guess Cracker's Divine Son, he does sex acts for Cotton, for, like...
It's very intricate.
Yeah, he does sex acts for her. That's what made me think like they're together. I think they are. But then there's that one part which is so weird where she's like, don't touch me. Like, you can't touch me.
Yeah.
But she like gets off on him like doing stuff to girls or something. I don't know.
Don't kink shame, Dylan.
No, absolutely I would never. Especially not this great movie. But yeah, he goes in. He's like, oh, let's go to the shed. Cookie.
Yeah.
And he takes her to the shed, and then like it just kind of cuts, and he's like fucking her, and she's like screaming, and she's like, no, like like basically.
Yeah.
And then they're like literally like choking, like and like slamming chickens, like live chickens around.
Yeah.
So this part's like pretty fucked.
It is.
That made me feel pretty bad.
And you start seeing blood, and it's not quite clear whose blood it is.
Yeah, is it the chickens
or they're hers?
I since right before the blood starts, she's like, they're hurting me.
Yeah.
So I think at first it's her blood, but it's
Ugh.
probably both.
Yeah, probably.
And he's like fucking her, and then like the Cotton, they're fucking all C names.
Yeah.
So the girlfriend, sister, or whatever, that kind of wanted him to do this is like fingering herself behind the shed while he's doing this to her.
Yeah.
So that whole scene was hot. And me and Evan had a jerk, and we shook our cocks, and we, yeah.
Yeah, it was bad.
Very disturbing.
It was very disturbing.
And then, like, later, I don't remember when this happens, we probably won't go in order or anything like that, but later, Crackers wakes up and he's just like naked, asleep in the shed next to the dead chicken.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
Oh, yeah, bad. Oh, so yeah, nothing. I don't think at that moment they do anything to the marbles, besides Divine saying they have to die.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then the birthday party happens not too long after that. I guess Divine birthday party, and the mom is married. They're also celebrating the mom marrying the Eggman.
Yeah.
Which is also kind of disturbing.
Yeah, it's so weird.
It's this normal gentleman. He starts making out with the large obese mother in her playpen.
The weird baby elderly woman in the playpen.
Yeah.
And he's like, I love you for so long. And what does he say? He says no one, the eggs love no one more than you.
No, he said if you love me as half as much as you love the eggs, it's like that'd be like perfect.
No, he might say that, but he also says the eggs, like before they get married.
Yeah.
It's like the first scene with the Eggman, and he says, how's the woman that my eggs love more than anyone? What the fuck?
You fuck with the Eggman? And
then I like the part where he like takes out the eggs, and it's like a big display case of eggs.
Yeah, I did like that too.
And they're like all the same. And
no, some are larger than others. So.
Some are brown and some are white.
Yeah,
and some are big and some are small. But then, like, the mom is like, oh, I want some of them over there and some of them up here and some of the white ones and some of the big ones and some of the brown ones and some of the small ones. And it's quite nutty.
She's very excited.
She's very excited.
It was a cute moment.
I've never seen someone more happy.
Me either. I don't think I've ever seen that.
See, say what you will about the acting, the fucking joy on that woman's face was real.
It was.
That was real joy.
What was I gonna say? No.
What were you gonna say?
Yeah, what were we talking about though?
Well, we were talking about them getting married.
Oh yeah, okay.
But there's also the scene where he takes his cock out, where my PS4 turned off.
Oh, early in the movie, yeah.
Yeah, we didn't talk about that. That's another.
Well, that's when they like introducing the marbles. You're like, oh, these are not good people.
Yeah, these are some knuckleheads.
Yeah, he like flashes young women.
And what he does too is like they don't explain it either. He flashes them, but
he tapes like a large piece of meat.
Yeah, he tapes like a big long sausage to his like small cock.
Yeah.
Which is like there's some like psychological shit going on there.
There's a lot of psychological shit going on in this movie.
Whole John Waters like I fucking love movies like this because it's like this is just like you like showing us your fucking demented little brain. Like I love movies like this where it's just like unfiltered, like someone's like just creative energy. I fucking love it. But there's also, can we mention, because we probably won't get to this either, there's a second flashing scene later.
There is, yeah.
And John Waters, I think, is the narrator.
Maybe, yeah.
Either way, the narrator is like, fucking, what's his name, the male one? The male marble?
Yeah, he is a narrator.
What's his name?
He is a narrator.
Oh, good, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know?
The male marble?
Yeah.
Raymond Marble. I'm looking at the cast name right now, the cast list.
So he's like, Raymond Marble is going to make his wife stay in the car while he goes and flashes another victim.
Yeah.
And then this is the sexiest part of the movie. Because he goes and he takes his cock out and shows a woman that's just like doing her makeup like on the on a fence or something.
Yeah.
And then he like shows her his cock. And then she like slowly like starts taking like her breasts out. And then it cuts back to him and he keeps stroking his fucking huge cock. His small cock, I mean. And then the woman, it cuts back to the woman, she's like showing her breasts, and then she takes out her huge cock. Which is pretty badass. So that was pretty funny.
That's the beginning of their downfall, the marbles.
They
try to get a one-up on Divine. Well, it's like, no, you can't. This is your first L, and you're gonna continue.
It was the universe rejecting their filth.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Yeah, it's like karma or like the Force.
Yeah, because he's like shocked when he sees like, oh, she has a dick.
Yeah, he's pissed
She runs
off.
away.
It's like, yeah, dude, you deserve to get your fucking.
Yeah.
What's coming?
Yeah.
But yeah, I figured we probably wouldn't mention that, so. But yeah, what else? Where were we? Okay, so they get married and Divine's birthday party.
Yeah. No, I wanted to talk about the birthday party because this has like the hardest thing for me personally to watch in this movie.
We're gonna we should go through and rank them.
Yeah, we
like,
should.
The disgusting moments, we should go through and rank them. But well, first of all, there's a Nazi.
There is a Nazi
at the party.
there.
There's just like a Nazi there.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You couldn't do that today.
No, you certainly couldn't.
You could see. Divine does not discriminate. Everyone is invited to her birthday party, and it's pretty funny because everyone there is like pretty nutty looking, or they look like some alternative like underground people from like the 70s.
Yeah.
Except for there's like one guy that just looks like a normal guy.
Yeah.
You pointed him out, like it's just like some guy.
Well, I was gonna say I feel like maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like in like the 70s, like this might have something to do with it. In like the 70s, around that time, I know like there was a lot of adoption of like Nazi aesthetics by like punk and underground scenes.
Yeah,
in
that's
that
true.
time.
Yeah.
And it's like, and it wasn't necessarily like, oh, because they were Nazis, or it was like, I don't know what
It's rebellion.
kind of, but I don't know what the word I'm looking for right now. It's like, I don't know if transgressive is like the right word. Not really. I don't know. It's like, I feel like you understand what I'm trying to say,
Yeah.
but it's like, it wasn't that, they were supporters of Nazis. It was like, it's kind of like, almost like to be shocking, I guess. But not necessarily.
I feel like part of it is like, people, like, the generation of, like, I don't know what the generation, is it Generation X?
Or it's like, you hate me, so I'll fucking wear your shit.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a fuck you.
Yeah, hate
you know
this,
what I mean?
like, hate
Yeah.
this, fuck you.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's like, what is it called? Like Generation X? After, like,
I guess that was Gen
after,
X.
like, the baby
Yeah.
boomers?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like that generation, they were like, oh, like, the Nazis are the worst thing in the world. Well, I'm a fucking Nazi. Fuck you.
I guess.
Like, it was like, fuck my parents. Like, fuck you.
Yeah,
like,
maybe,
the older generation.
That might have been part of it, yeah.
So that was interesting. But yeah, what else about, you want to continue?
Oh, yeah, I wanted to talk about the horrible part.
So
for me,
continue.
anyways.
So we set the scene.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of crazy characters around the trailer.
Yeah, they're all doing nutty stuff.
They're all doing nutty, wacky stuff. They're drinking, they're smoking,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's a gentleman who gets nude. And
he sure does.
He puts his legs up in the air.
And you know what? He puts his asshole to work.
Yeah, he does. So he starts, like, protruding his fucking anus. And the camera's, like, right there. You're just watching it.
It's like clear slime starts coming out.
Yeah, so you see him butthole, like, protruding, and then...
Yeah, because he, like, pops it in and out.
Yeah.
Like, it goes in and out. Yeah.
And that was hard for me to watch for a second, because
was-
I don't like protruding assholes.
That, I don't know if that's...
That was a hard thing for me to watch, personally.
I almost, like, I kind of, like, not, I wasn't actually, like, close to puking, but I could feel myself kind of, like, being a little sick. That was one.
Yeah.
And then there's another one. And then the very last thing that happens is, like, one of them, and then I think there's one more.
Yeah, when they go to the Marbles house.
Yes, you remember that. Yeah, so there's, like, 3 times where I was like, oh, fuck. Like,
Yeah.
That's making me, like, kind of sick.
So, yeah, they're at the birthday party, it's like the Marbles are, like, spying on them. And they get pissed off, because they're like, oh, yeah, clearly we're not more disgusting. Like, they see this man protruding his asshole, so they get pissed off, and they call the police.
And it's really funny. Yeah, I think you mentioned this. The guy's, like, flexing his asshole and stuff.
Yeah.
And then it cuts to the party. Like, everyone at the party is watching this like he's a fucking party clown. And it cuts back to them, and they're like, yay. Like, they're reacting like he's, like, a magician.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, that's really fucking funny. But yeah, at this point, they're spying on the birthday party, the Marbles. And, yeah, they decide, like, oh, shit, like, these people are fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
And then
they call the police.
They call the police, and this does not end well for the police.
No, because they show up and Divine and her gang, they murder him.
Yeah, they fucking massacre the police. And
sorry, continue.
They start ripping them limb from limb and start eating them alive.
I'm gonna say, I thought this part was pretty stupid.
I loved it.
I was like, it's not bad, but it's like, I feel like everything in this movie is like so disgusting because like it's so real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, that part's like so clearly fake. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
The big, like the fake human limbs being eaten. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I didn't find it like shocking. You know what I mean?
It would be maybe. Yeah, it'd be maybe better if they, like, just brutalize them and they try to make it look a little more realistic.
You know what I mean, though?
Yeah.
So
it's very cartoony.
Yeah, that was, like, the one moment I was like, okay, that one's, like...
It's one of the more cartoony moments.
Exactly. Like, compared to what, like, everything else we've been seeing up to that point, it's like, oh, yeah, it's more goofy. Because, like, the big, giant, like, human leg that, like, Divine's, like, chomping on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like... Unless they really murdered some fucking police officers. Then,
Hopefully
well,
they
I take
did.
it back.
Am I right?
Yeah.
Am I right? No, I take that back. Take that back.
Oh. Oh yeah, and at the birthday party, you see she has like someone gives her a big pig head.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I didn't like that.
Kind of nasty.
And that was very real.
Yeah.
All the animal stuff is clearly very real
Oh,
in the
jeez.
movie. But that's what I mean. So it's like, oh, you see like brutalized animals in that and then it's like, okay, that's kind of goofy, like the
Yeah.
fake human limbs. But yeah, that happens, and I guess that's probably how they found out where the marbles are, right? From the police officers. I think that was it, right?
I guess.
Yeah, it was that, I think. And they go to their house, and I want to talk about your reaction to that part, Dylan, when they go to the marbles house.
So I don't know. I don't really have a huge... Okay, well, I guess let's describe the scene first.
Yeah.
So basically, they want to go, like, in filth in the Marble's house. And so fucking Crackers
Yeah.
and Divine,
Mhm.
they both go to their house and they start licking everything. and then,
But you got sick during a part of that.
there was one part that was pretty bad. That was basically like Divine licks the banister, like next to their staircase, and then the son like licks it like right after, and they're like licking like straight down the staircase, and like that made me like the asshole that, and we'll get to the other thing. That made me like I don't know if like it didn't make me like sick or
Yeah.
I don't know the word, but
Like,
it disgusted me
yeah.
for sure in a very real way, in a way where my body reacted like that kind of thing. Thank you. So that was
The desk scared me.
Jim's booming voice sends shockwaves down your spine.
Can
when
we
you
keep
hear
that
it.
in?
Yeah, of course. This episode's gonna be raw,
Yeah.
not unlike Pink Flamingos.
Oh, of course.
So that was pretty disgusting, and almost even worse is when they're just like licking the couch and like the table, and like you just see their fucking like mouths like dripping with drool and shit. And I was like, oh god, like that got me. For some reason, spit doesn't even like get me that bad, but something about it, I don't know. And then something awesome happened. So
Oh yeah.
well, first of all, one thing that I thought was funny was like Crackers was like, oh, like, mommy, should I shit on the ground? Mommy, should I shit on the ground? And she's like, later, baby, later. And then they just keep going. And so they keep going. They keep licking stuff and spitting all over the place. And then, so you know what happened the next happens. So
Yeah, I know what happens.
So, but as the viewer, we'll find out. So we'll talk about this. This is trigger warning for various things, I guess.
Yeah, we should have said that at the very beginning of the
Well,
episode.
well, now you're into it, so you're here. But I can't remember how this is initiated, but basically, it's funny too. I want to backtrack a little bit, right? So I remember I said this to you. The way they're talking to each other in this scene, Divine and her son. I was like, why is this so, like, sexual?
Yeah.
Because they're, like, spitting all over the place, and they're like, yeah, lick their porcelain dog, lick their curtains, lick their banister. And they're, like, talking like that, and they're, like, talking like
Well, it certainly builds up to something.
They're talking very sexually, and I was like, why the fuck are they talking like that? It's so weird. And then, eventually, they're like, I would do anything for you, Mom. I would do anything for you. And then she's like, I want to show you the embrace of a mother, the greatest gift a mother can give. And then he takes out his penis and like she starts sucking it.
Yeah.
And she's also like, this will ruin their house for generations to come.
And it does.
And it does.
Which we come to see.
So we'll find that later. But yeah, Divine on camera actually does suck her son's cock.
Yeah, you see it.
Not literally her real life son, but
Hopefully not.
I don't think so. God help us. I don't think so. But yeah, she does in fact suck cock on camera, which will that will pair nicely with Brown Bunny next week.
Yeah, because
That'll
that's
pair
something
nicely.
that also happens.
I feel like it might be slightly more arousing in Brown Bunny. Something gives me that impression, but yeah. So Divine.
Oh, you
sucks
didn't like
the
it in
cock.
this?
And then, no, not really. Personally, I didn't really like it. And yeah, he's just like on soft like the whole time.
And he's like, "Oh, do the balls, Mom."
Oh, that was funny. Me and Evan both laughed at that because he was like, "Oh, Mom, do my balls." Oh, Jesus Christ. But one thing though, This is kind of jumping around a little bit. We'll get back to the incest, what happens. But you know that her little rant at the end, which of course we need to talk about.
Yeah.
But they do all the things that she mentions in that rant.
Yeah, they do.
Because they ask her political views, and she goes, "Do this, do that," like terrible things.
Yeah.
And then it's all kind of things that they do throughout the movie. So they needed the cannibalism scene.
That is true.
She cannibalism, right? So, but yeah, we'll get to the rest of that later. But after the incestuous blowjob, after breaking and entering into their house, they hear the servant.
Yeah.
The Marbles servant.
And that's what we were talking about earlier.
And he's a whole nutty character on his own. But,
yeah.
I don't think we need to really go back and talk about him. But he's a nutty character on his own. He's locked in the closet of the Marbles place. And during the same time, the Marbles are at Divine's trailer burning it down. But they're at the Marbles, Divine trying to, like, make it nasty.
Yeah.
So yeah, they hear the servant. They let the servant out, and they're like, "Where the fuck are the Marbles?" And he's like, "Please, I don't know nothing about that. Please let me know." And then eventually, he's like, "Oh, it's just me and the girls in the basement."
Yeah.
And then she's like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And so they go find the girls in the basement, and it's a very badass part where.
Oh yeah, it's a badass revenge.
I really like that actress. Like the actress. There's one slave that stays through the whole movie.
Yeah.
But the other one was like
newer.
Like the newer one that you actually see them abduct.
Yeah.
Which we didn't talk about that scene. Do you want to talk about that in a second?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, okay, so we'll backtrack to that, but basically I really like the actress of the one that's like the slave the whole movie.
Mm-hmm.
She's just like really funny and manic.
Yeah.
I don't know, she's just the way she, like, begs and pleads and, like, screams at people, it's just really funny. And she's like, "You have to let us out of here." Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
She was great. And we should talk about who, like, later. So we should rank the nastiest scenes.
We should.
And we should also rank who is the best and worst actress and actors.
Yeah.
We should do that as well. But yeah, they go down there, and they hear out the slave women.
They do.
And I quite like how they like basically let they let them mutilate the captor.
That was pretty hardcore.
So yeah, they don't show anything during that part, but they do show later when the Marbles return and they go to the basement. They show a full shot of him like with a bloody cock, like removed penis area. Which that kind of was pretty disturbing.
Yeah.
And that was only like one, like, still shot where nothing really happens, but it was still like one of the most disturbing things in the movie. Like, it looked pretty.
That's what I'm saying. It looked
like,
real.
It looked pretty real. So that was awesome.
I hope that poor actor did not have his dick cut off.
I hope he did.
Oh well, yeah.
Because this is just the nastiest, freakiest. movie
If you want it to be that nasty, you gotta go all the way.
But yeah, so they basically kind of free the slave girls. And they're like, "Here, you kill him." I like what Divine says too. They're like, "You kill him, or we'll kill him ourselves."
Yeah.
Like, I fucking love that. Divine is so fucking funny. Did you have anything to say about the scene?
No, I liked it because I was saying it's like the Marbles are getting their comeuppance. You may say.
Oh sure.
They're getting their comeuppance. Yeah, because I felt bad for both of those fucking poor females.
It's just nice
because that's one of the worst things in the movie.
Yeah,
it's like
for sure.
the shit that's happening to them. So
Evan, not to be an SJW, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Not to be a libtard, not to be an SJW, but in my opinion, and I'm serious, slavery is like the worst thing you can do to another person.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty bad. Yeah.
For me, it's like torture and murder is pretty bad, but like living your entire life as a slave is super fucked.
Yeah.
So when I get to see them like come back and fucking murder the guy.
Yeah.
But like I said, they don't. This is one thing I wanted to mention too about that scene. Divine's like, "You kill him or we'll kill him," whatever. And then they like, she's like, "Oh, we'll kill him, we'll kill him." And then Divine like takes a knife out of her bra and gives it to the slave women. And then they it's off screen, and Divine and her son are like walking up the stairs, and you can't see what they're doing, but you hear the slaves like holding him down and cutting his dick
Yeah,
off.
yeah.
And Divine and like the son are just like laughing and smiling. And I swear you can hear John Waters laughing.
Maybe.
I
Maybe that
swear,
was- yeah,
because the laugh doesn't sound like the son, and the guy getting his dick cut off isn't laughing.
No, he liked it. That was it.
He was like, hee hee hee.
Yeah, he's like, "Ee." They're actually like tickling his balls. Yeah,
That'd be awesome. That sounds good.
Yeah.
But anyways,
So he was like, "Hee."
I'm just pretty. That's the only time where I think you can hear John Waters laughing.
Maybe, yeah, maybe.
I could be wrong. But yeah, it was a very cathartic scene as well. I like seeing them kill him.
That's what I was saying. So it was like, oh, it was
blah,
like
blah.
one of the only like, it's not nice, but it's one of the only nice moments.
I'd say
in
it's
the movie.
nice.
Yeah.
I would say it's nice.
Because I was like, oh, fuck him. So
yeah. So that was pretty sweet. And then they escape. They escape the Marbles' home. And they return to find their trailer burned down. And the Marbles return to find their slaves freed and
home licked
their servant boy
Castrated.
Yeah.
and all their shit licked.
And yeah, that was pretty funny. Like, it's really stupid, but...
Yeah, so it's like their house begins like rejecting them.
Yeah.
Which is funny. Like she tries to lay on the couch or whatever, and it's like the springs like come up, and she goes like flying off the fucking couch.
And it's really funny too, like how manic they get.
Yeah, yeah.
Because then he's like,
it's like they know.
Yeah, he's like, no, wait, this chair is fine. This chair is fine.
Yeah.
And then that chair throws them off. It's very funny. And then like the table like fucking explodes
Yeah.
and like flips over on its own as well. And then they go find, what Peter Venkman would call Dickless the Clown. Get it?
Does he say that in Ghostbusters?
Yes, he does.
Oh, okay.
They find the Dickless man.
They do find the Dickless man.
And they say, oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness, yeah. And I think they freak out about like, oh, they might call the cops or whatever.
Yeah, they don't care about their like servant boy like being like mutilated on the ground. They're like, oh no, they're gonna call the police.
Yeah.
They should not be worried about the police though.
No.
Because Divine's own personal brand of justice will be served. So yeah, Divine they go back and they find the which that scene was pretty funny. Like Divine like drops to her knees and she's like, no, like about the trailer burning.
Oh
down.
yeah.
And it was pretty cool. Like,
that's why they had to get rid of the mom. That was funny you said that. It was like,
I think that was I think that's real. So during the birthday party, the mom gets married.
Yeah.
And the Eggman is like, oh, you'll come and live with me in paradise. And
they carry her away on like a fucking...
On a wheelbarrow.
Yeah.
And then they wheelbarrow away. Well, like we said...
That's the only time you see her outside the pen.
You don't see her you see her out of the playpen, but yeah, she does not walk. She... what's her name? The mom, do you remember?
It was, Edie? Yeah, Edie.
Yeah, Edie.
Yeah.
Edie walks in Infinity War.
She does walk in Infinity War. She walks in Fortnite.
I would play as her.
Yeah, so...
Yeah. But yeah, so they go back. Yeah, that's what I said that during the movie. Like, they probably married her off and sent her away so that like.
That's a good point. So she don't burn in the house.
You set up this very consistent character that cannot move. So it's like, oh, well, we have to get her out of here.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, the reaction is very funny to the.
Would they have killed her
if
she was in there still?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pieces of shit.
Well, I'm glad she didn't die.
She didn't deserve that.
She was pretty innocent.
She deserves to be in fucking her beautiful
her
new
home. In her
egg home.
Yeah.
Yeah, she deserves that.
Yeah, she was pretty innocent.
Do you think Eggman from Sonic would like her?
Yeah, probably.
You think he'd kiss her up? They'd like each other.
They would like each other.
Yeah.
They would get along well, I think.
Damn. Eggman is fucking punching the wall right now.
Because he likes egg-themed things. So.
He sure does.
Yeah.
He sure does. But yeah, so they just, pour gas around and they burn it down and yeah, so this Star Wars took inspiration from this.
Yeah.
With the burning down scene, it's they pretty much ripped it off when Luke comes home.
Yeah.
But George Lucas said, "I'll one up Pink Flamingo and make this more fucked up."
With the charred fucking corpses.
Because his parents do die.
Yeah.
So that's pretty epic.
They're his aunt and his uncle, actually.
Well,
might well be his fucking parents.
As a child of a unique home, Evan.
Oh.
I consider them my parents. Okay.
That's fair.
Thank you. But yeah, so they see that, and then the game is on again.
Again. They like kidnap them.
The game is on again, so they go, and the rest of the movie is very mean-spirited.
Yeah.
But it's like good. It's fine.
It's fine.
Well, the Marbles might be like the worst people in human history. or one of, you know.
They're the worst people in this universe.
They definitely need to die.
Yeah.
Which may or may not happen. Spoilers, but we'll keep on trucking. So yeah, they tie him up. I mean, not too much else. There's not too much else.
No, not really. They really go and get them.
They pretty much go. They kidnap the marbles, and they hold a court hearing, which is pretty. You know, it's a pretty funny scene. I really like how like.
And yeah, all the reporters come.
Yeah, they invite reporters, and it's like they had pretty like good, cute little costumes and like old timey cameras and stuff. So yeah, it was pretty funny. What?
Nothing. I thought about grabbing the Sour Patch Kids, but I was like, it's too far away.
Oh, you want me to get it for you?
No, it's okay.
Oh.
We keep going.
Okay.
We keep going.
All right. But yeah, I like the part where they call the people up to the stand, and they like, Divine's like, would you like to interject? Would you like to what's the word? Cross-examine?
Yeah. Well,
and
they're like tied up,
and they're like bound and gagged and like screaming, and she's like, no, what a strange defense.
Yeah.
and yeah, I like when the fucking people go up on the stand and like her son and daughter, whatever the fuck they are, go up on the stand, and it's just so weird too, because it's like, what the fuck is this universe?
Yeah, because I was thinking that like, oh, well, like the reporter, like in any sane world, it'd be like, oh, we're witnessing like this fucking murder happen.
Yeah, let's run away and call the police.
Yeah.
But
they're just like, oh, okay.
They're like, oh, Divine's killing someone.
Yeah. Well, she's like famous also. I think we mentioned that.
Yeah.
In this world, it's like, oh, they all know who Divine is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really funny. Yeah, I remember you laughed at it. I thought it was funny too. But as the reporters after the little court session or whatever, they're walking away, and they're like, no, Divine's always good for a story.
Yeah.
I think that was pretty funny.
I don't know. Maybe they're saying something about sensationalist media. Who knows?
A bit ahead of its time, if you will.
Maybe that's what they're doing.
So yeah, that was pretty badass. But yeah, they fucking tar and feather them and shoot them in the head.
You shoot them, yeah.
And I think she has a Luger pistol, like a German pistol, like the
I don't know shit about guns.
Nazi pistol.
Does she?
Yeah, the only reason I really know what it is because I think it looks cool. It is a Nazi pistol, but it's like, you know, I'm not a Nazi, okay, but I just like the gun. It's a cool gun, and it kind of looks like a Star Wars blaster a little bit.
Yeah,
so
that's what it is.
That's the only reason I kind of know what it is. But maybe it's not even that exact gun, but it looks like one. But yeah, so she murders them. They tar and feather them and murder them on camera, which is pretty badass.
Yeah,
and the image of them tar and feathered and dying, or like dead. They're not dying. They're dead. They're fucking have their heads blown open.
Yeah.
And they're just like bleeding, and they're just like dead, like tied to a tree. That image is pretty disturbing.
It was. Not as quite as disturbing as to do with a dick cut off, but you know, it's up there.
Well, the fact, like, because that was in, like, a dirty slave basement.
Yeah.
So it's, like, I kind of expect to see something like that in a dirty slave basement. But there's, like...
I expect to see a dude with a dick cut off in the dirty slave basement.
Yeah, kind of.
Far-fetched.
But, and then, like, this is a press conference.
Yeah.
And these people are tarred and feathered and shot in the head, like, bleeding from their eye holes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's pretty fucking disturbing.
Shot them right between the eyes.
Hell yeah.
How big... blood dripping down their head.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about also her political beliefs.
No, so that's one of my favorite, probably my favorite thing in the entire movie. What does she say? Can I recite it?
Yeah, sure.
Do you mind if I recite it, Evan?
Mind.
You don't mind? You won't be offended?
No, I won't be offended.
Are you ready, Evan?
I'm ready.
Well, will you... Okay, we're going to play parts. Do you mind?
Okay, sure.
Okay,
I had to be the fucking journalist.
You play the reporter.
Alright, whatever. Could you give us some of your political beliefs?
Kill everyone now. Condone first-degree murder. Advocate cannibalism. Eat shit. Filth are my politics. Filth is my life. Take what you like.
Oh, yeah, and they start taking...
See, that wasn't...
start...
I remembered that part. That wasn't written down.
Oh, yeah, they start taking sexy photos of fucking...
Yeah, after she says, take what you like, she, like, does a sexy pose.
They start taking pictures.
So
there you go, sensationalist media.
Idiocracy? Bit of idiocracy type type of stuff
what
going
you
on?
like.
Is this what you want?
They put news into you. Well, you did see earlier in the movie someone's holding, like, the National Enquirer. I mean, and they're known for not being news.
Yeah. So...
I don't know if that's, like, a genuine, like... satirical element of this movie or not, but
I think they
yeah,
were genuinely fucking
yeah.
with the news. Like, they were, like, making fun of the
Yeah.
news. I think that was deliberate. But yeah, so that's, like, unironically might be one of my favorite movie quotes of all time.
It is pretty good.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Because that's my politics.
As I mentioned earlier, it's kind of a, or wait, I think we were talking about this off while we weren't recording. But there used to be this element of, like, the alternative lifestyle, like, LGBT community before it was called that, like, you know, like, the gay community, whatever.
Yeah.
Where it was just kind of like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
And this movie kind of encapsulates that.
I agree.
It has it's like the perfect version of that. And I think that speech also kind of, not the speech, but that little monologue.
Yeah, I agree.
It's just really like, fuck you.
Yeah. I agree, and that's how I feel about the whole movie, too. It kind of disturbs me a bit that, like, 50 years ago, I was like, I don't know, I just kind of like that, like, punk energy in a movie where it's like, we're really just making whatever the fuck we want. And I feel like that's really missing from movies nowadays. Like, I feel like everything's been, like, pussified. You know what I mean? Like,
and, you know,
they've taken the balls out of everything.
To be fair, this is like an underground movie.
But that's what I'm saying. I feel like,
but even now,
like indie and low budget filmmaking is like, it's not really transgressive.
They're just like,
it's not what's the word? It's not I don't know what the word for it is. It's
not inflammatory, but something like that. Right?
I wouldn't say that. It's like what's the word? I'll tell you right now what the word is. Provocative.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I feel like anything that makes any, like, bother people or makes people angry now, it's, like, shunned. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's because,
like, no, we can't do that.
It's because fucking, like, Iron Man 3 is provocative. You know what I mean? Like, whatever Disney movie that week is, like, everyone on Twitter is like, oh, no, like, yeah. It's like, dude, it's a fucking Disney movie. Nothing in this should bother you.
Yeah.
It's the most milquetoast fucking bullshit possible. Nothing in it. So if stuff like that bothers people nowadays, you're not gonna get like actual cool stuff anymore.
And that's what I mean. I feel like in movies, like, they don't really push the envelope anymore.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, because indie movies now is like, fucking, there's like a guy in like a ghost sheet that's like depressed. That's what indie
you are
movies...
directly calling out.
No, I'm
the
not.
Ghost
No, I'm
story.
not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
No, I'm not. 21.
LeBron James. See, that was an awesome part.
But yeah, it's like, yo, you ain't getting this now. You know what I mean? And this shit was made 50 years ago. And that's what I mean. It's just like, nobody wants to, like, push the envelope anymore. Nobody wants to do anything. Nobody wants to take you out of your comfort zone now. You know what I mean?
No one's interested. Yeah, fucking entertainment... People just want you to... This is a bit of a Joker rant, right? But people, like...
Especially, it definitely, at least in, like, American film, I know there's definitely still weird stuff going on from Europe, definitely, but, like, in America, you ain't getting... And because this is an American film.
Yeah, like, you're not gonna get this shit in, like, a movie theater.
Yeah.
Not that this wasn't a movie theater, but, like... I'm sure it had some type of limited release or something.
Yeah.
At, like, some, artsy theater.
Mm-hmm.
I think John Waters is out of New York.
I'm not sure.
Maybe, but
Probably.
wherever the fuck he was. Yeah. I'm sure he showed this somewhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think media nowadays is meant to be just, like, digestible. Like, you watch it, you don't think about it, it doesn't do anything, and then you just move on.
Yeah, and that's really the reason I like this movie a lot, because it's like...
Yeah.
It makes you uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And like,
where
is that now?
When's the last time I almost threw up 3 times in a movie? Never.
Exactly.
Not once.
It's like, we don't get shit like that anymore. And like I said, it's just depressing that it's like, oh, this was made 50 years ago. So we've gone backwards in 50 years.
Oh, can I mention something, Evan?
Mm-hmm.
So we kind of didn't talk about the ending.
I figured we were going to get to it.
We mentioned the murders.
Because we were talking about the politics thing. I felt like that was kind of a good way to segue to just talking about that.
Sorry to interrupt. I just didn't want to forget that. But so please continue with what you're saying.
Oh, well, that's pretty much it. But speaking of her political rant, you did mention earlier, like, oh, she does all those things, except one of them, which comes at the end.
Oh, yeah. No, so in that speech, yeah, she's like, eat people, commit first-degree murder,
Yeah.
eat shit.
Eat shit.
Eat shit.
Eat shit. Well, you do definitely see her eat fucking shit. And it's kind of a meta moment.
It is.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like, oh, the movie's over already at this point.
It's a bit of a post-credit scene.
Yeah, because her and her family, not including the grandmother, because she's living a happy life now with the Eggman.
Yeah, luckily.
She had the happiest ending. Yeah.
Yes.
They like go to Idaho. I think they said, right? They wanted to move to Idaho.
Boise, Idaho.
Yeah. They go to Idaho, and then so you just get the kind of scene at the end of them in Idaho, and they're just walking down the street.
Or I think they were actually hitchhiking to Idaho.
Oh, okay, but yeah,
'Cause they
by
had a
that
sign
point,
that
I think
said-
in that point they're already there.
They had a sign, I think, that says Boise, so I think they're... Not that it matters.
Okay, yeah.
But the point
anyways.
is, there's much more important things in this scene.
Yeah.
Too. So, someone's walking their dog, Evan.
Yeah.
On camera, the dog shits out of its asshole.
Yeah, you
onto
see
the
it.
ground.
You see it happen. This is real. This is 100% real.
And then Divine puts her hand down. So this, I want to mention this. We're gonna break this down, right?
Yeah.
I want to. Okay. Divine puts her hand down to scoop it up, and so the scene. They kind of want to play it like Divine loves it, but no one can do that.
That's why I was saying this is like why kind of meta.
Yeah,
Because it's like she's like break character in this scene.
she does.
Yeah. Yeah.
And who could blame her? Because it is literally shit fresh out of a dog's asshole.
Yeah.
And she goes to scoop. The first time you see her kind of like break character a little bit, and she goes to scoop it up, and then her hand kind of like, what's the word? Like she resists.
Yeah.
Like she's trying to force herself to pick it up, but like her hand won't let her. And then she just like kind of forces her hand against the ground and then scoops it up.
Yeah.
And then just starts. Oh Jesus! Starts eating it.
Yes, and you see it. You see the shit in her mouth and her teeth. Like you see it right there on her tongue and her teeth.
No, the nastiest part to me is, oh God. So she,
You good, bro?
no, she kind of chews it a little bit,
Yeah.
and then like it's like, oh God, like is she like is she swallowing it? And
No,
then
she did not like it.
And then she doesn't like it. She likes it maybe almost a little. I like it probably less than she does. But okay, so she's like chewing it and eating it and swallowing it, and then she like opens her mouth like kind of like a kid like eating broccoli.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
like
yeah.
to show you like like I ate it. And then there's still like shit on her tongue.
But she starts spitting out too, like and you can see her on her face. She clearly does not. enjoy
No,
this.
she's trying. It's so fucking good because she's trying so hard
to smile
to pretend like
Yeah.
she's liking it, and she just doesn't.
Yeah. And then also it's like why I say to the meta aspect also because you hear John Waters narrating again here, and he's like, oh yeah, Divine's like the filthiest person, and then he also says and the filthiest actress.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So it's like, kind of like acknowledging, oh, this is a movie. You know what I mean?
I think it's giving her. It kind of excuses her for breaking character,
Yeah.
but also kind of like gives her a little credit.
yeah.
So that's fucking awesome.
Yeah. And that's literally how the movie ends.
Yeah, so that was like an awesome like Thor like post-credit scene, like Avengers post-credit scene, but instead it's like a drag queen eating shit.
Yeah, because like I said, the movie could have. By that point, the story's already over.
Yeah.
But they're like, oh, we need to prove that Divine is the most filthy. And it's like,
And it's definitely the most real filthy thing that
yeah,
happens.
And like we mentioned, it's like, oh, the movie's getting nastier as you watch it, and it's like, well, how do we top it now? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's also kind of like
No one's eating shit yet.
in the beginning of the movie they get sent the turd in the box. And she's
Yeah.
like, you think a turd bothers me? I eat shit off the sidewalk. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, and the movie ends right there.
Great
It
movie.
says the end.
The end, like a fucking like the beautiful twisted fairy tale that it
Yeah.
is. Great fucking film. Evan, what do you rate this movie?
I would give it a 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10 is pretty strong.
I would give it a 9 out of 10.
I would give it 3 stars out of 3 stars.
Nice, you love it.
I would say I love it.
And, yeah, it's not like, oh, it's like the best movie, but it's just so entertaining to watch. And the fact, like you said, that's like, he's like just doing whatever the fuck he
Yeah,
like.
just-
He's like, he knows people are gonna be offended by this.
Yeah.
And he didn't give a fuck.
Nah, he doesn't care.
And that I respect that so much.
He just wants to unleash his twisted fucking mind onto the
Yeah.
onto the world.
Yeah.
And that's pretty badass.
It was bad.
And he was just you said this earlier, but he was like, Divine, you eat the shit. Like, he just did whatever he wanted. I wonder whose idea that was.
Good question. I don't know.
It might have been Divine's.
I don't know.
Huh.
Well,
will you do me a favor?
yeah.
Can we do so? How long have we been going?
We have been going an hour and 20.
So you do have to get out of here, I know, pretty soon, right? Evan, can I interest you? Would you like to? You want to go through the IMDb trivia of Pink Flamingo and we'll see what it has to offer?
Yeah, sure.
Evan, what do we got?
According to production designer Vincent Peranio, the art department's budget was about $200. Half went to purchasing the trailer, half to decorating it. And then after that, running out of money, we would just steal things. Yeah, that's
pretty
fair.
That's pretty badass. But so, like you said earlier, the budget was $12,000, and I figured like since they burn it down, maybe a lot of that went to the trailer. I guess not.
Only $200.
$100.
Well, yeah.
$100 to decorate it.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
pretty crazy, if true. During filming, Divine was arrested for stealing. In her defense, she said that she was method acting.
Well, you can't blame her for that.
I wonder what she was arrested for stealing.
The meat. She stole the fucking meat.
That they just filmed that.
That would be pretty cool.
That'd be fucking insane if she just really stole that.
The night after the dog eating feces, the eating dog feces scene was filmed, Divine called a hospital emergency hotline pretending to be a mother whose son ate dog feces. She was told the worst thing that could happen was he might get white worms.
Ooh, gross.
So I wonder if she was calling to find out like, oh, what might happen to me?
Yeah, exactly. She was, of course. Yeah, because she was like, I can't say like, or she doesn't want to say like, hey,
I just ate some dogs.
Hey, I ate dog shit of my own free will as an adult. Can you help me? Like,
yeah, this we already knew. The dog feces in the infamous final scene are real. Oh, yeah, we knew that.
You can tell by watching the movie because the shit comes out of the dog, and then she eats it.
According to director John Waters, the dog was fed steak for 3 days beforehand. Divine's reaction to eating it was real. Yeah, we can tell. There's no doubt in my mind anything from that was not real.
That no actor on earth could pull off. Yeah. Like if you gave them like a mushed up brownie to like make it look like shit and like, hey, pretend you're eating shit.
Yeah.
There's a 0% chance they could pull that off. There's no way.
At his request, the singing asshole was not credited, and John Waters maintained that he will certainly remain nameless. It's his choice. This individual did, however, apparently still disclose his involvement in the film to his friends. Following the man's death in 2020, Waters revealed that his name was David Gluck. Gluck's widow had given her blessing for revealing his identity made to the public. Was that the guy? I guess so. The singing.
Was
asshole?
He singing?
His asshole was singing.
I guess that's what they call it on IMDb. Thanks, guys.
We knew this. We talked about this before. The Disney character Ursula was inspired by Divine.
That's badass.
We knew that one.
Oh, I kind of want to read it. This one's interesting. In the deleted scenes, director John Waters tells of a character named Patty Hitler, whose scenes were cut from the film. Patty's a friend of Divine. She is adorned in swastikas and other Nazi attire. She tells her where Connie and Raymond live. Although her scenes are cut from the film, she can be seen in the crowd on their birthday party. So she was the Nazi.
We saw that, yeah.
Well, that kind of answers a question we had earlier. How the fuck did she find out where they live? I guess you can assume that they got it from the cops, but like they just immediately kill and eat the cops.
Okay.
So I guess that was cut. So we were paying attention. The movie just didn't tell us. What the fuck?
Oh, so the shit was real. Also, that other shit.
That was Divine shit.
Yeah. The scene where they open up the shit from the marbles, it was Divine shit. Nice.
Alright, that's probably enough. Oh, there's spoiler trivia. Those are always kind of interesting. Danny Mills allegedly regrets playing Crackers and has tried to dissociate himself from the film. It's unclear if he most regrets the sex scene with the chickens or the one with his mother. As a matter of fact, this was his only acting role.
Well, you signed up for it.
It's your fault, brother. You needed that $50 so bad. You know? That's funny that he deeply regrets it.
Anyways, you want to rank the disgusting moments in this film?
Yeah.
Okay, you go first, Dylan.
Well, let's do both of our top 5, I guess.
Or top 5.
I guess.
Well, I'm like, how many are there? The hardest thing, so it's like, I don't know if it's the most disgusting, but the hardest thing for me to watch, like I mentioned earlier, was the asshole. Like, I did not like watching
that one was just like...
I don't like seeing protruding assholes.
Oh, God.
So that kind of bothered me.
Yeah, Audi assholes.
It's not like, it wasn't the most disgusting thing. Like, oh, I'd rather, like, protrude my asshole than eat shit.
But, like, watching it...
Yeah, I was like, oh, that bothered me the most. I don't like seeing it.
On my big, expensive 4K TV,
yeah,
no less.
Yeah.
Oh.
I didn't like that. And after that, I would say the shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I would put the shit over the... I was dreading the shit the whole movie. Because that's the only thing I kind of knew about the,
I was kind of looking forward to it. Because I've never seen the scene before. And, of course, I knew about it. Because it's, like, very famous.
I've seen, like, a clip of it, but I didn't watch the entire clip. I was just like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
And I clicked away.
So I was like, oh, I know that's, like, the payoff at the end of the movie. So I was looking forward to it. And it did not disappoint.
So I would say, for me, the dog shit is number 1. And then number 2 is the protruding asshole. It's very gross.
Oh, okay. That's your number 2. I thought them licking everything would be your number 2. Because you have more of a reaction to that.
Like I said, those 3 are all very bad.
Yeah.
But I definitely had... The spit disgusted me a little more than I expected.
Yeah.
It's hard to rank. I don't know. The filth is imminent.
Yeah.
The scene with the chickens was terrible as well.
That was pretty bad. I was actually thinking that was like my number 3.
The blowjob was pretty bad.
Because I just don't like seeing animal death.
Me either. And it was like, I mean, it was like, I hope it wasn't real, but it seemed probably.
I think it was.
Probably was real.
I think it was.
That they literally like killed the chickens during sex.
Yeah.
You probably should regret that shit.
Danny Mills.
Danny Mills. Bastard.
That went pretty bad. Yeah, So yeah, I'll say that the chicken sex seemed pretty bad. Because it featured both assault, which was like... When people are being victimized in this movie, it's like... That's when the acting becomes like 10 out of 10.
Yeah,
like,
the acting is genuinely bad. For like... Even Divine is not a great actress.
Yeah.
I think she's really funny and she's good in this movie, but she's not a great actress. But... When they're abducting that one woman...
Yeah.
Honestly, the tranny that shows her cock... Or, excuse me, the trans woman...
Yeah.
That shows her beautiful trans feminine cock. Yeah. She was maybe the best actress in the movie.
I don't know if I could say she's only in there for like 10 seconds, but sure.
But like the spoken word acting was very bad.
Yeah, but then when people are being victimized, like Cookie in that scene during the chicken scene, and then when one of the 2 girls is being used to be impregnated is like kidnapped. It's like it seems like so real. It's
you
like,
know what we didn't talk about?
Yep.
We didn't talk about the guy after they kidnapped or before they kidnapped the girl or after. I don't know. But the point is, yeah. So they're in the slave sex dungeon, and I would use the R word more because that's what it is, but I don't want to get banned. But he fucking nuts in his hand. And
that was bad. That was bad. That was actually really bad. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really bad. And then the whole time while he's masturbating, she's like, "You're fucking disgusting. Get that away from me." Oh God.
And you see like his disgusting like semen go in a tube.
Oh yeah.
And that was very real.
Jesus. You see the cum in his hand, and he slurps it up into a what's it called? Like a
yeah, in the tube. I don't know what you call it. Like the I don't know, whatever they have at the doctors.
Yeah, the shot thing.
Yeah.
I feel like an idiot. Why don't I know?
Me too. I can't remember it, but whatever. You know what I'm talking about.
He sucks it up into a vial, and then he moves his hand, and then it's her like hairy 70s pussy, and then he starts injecting it into her.
Yeah.
That
was pretty bad. That actually might be my number 2. Or the dog shit.
I can't rank.
That was bad.
I can't rank it. It's really fucking... It's just a depraved, disgusting.
I was like, never mind. We can't rank anything anymore. It's just bad.
No, I can't rank it. But I want to ask you, right? Your favorite and your least favorite actor.
My favorite and my least.
Or maybe not least favorite. Who was the worst actor and who was the best actor?
That's a good question.
I'd say overall, for me, I'd probably say Divine is the best actor.
Yeah, probably.
She does kind of carry the movie pretty well.
Yeah.
And the worst actor.
The mailman. He was the worst.
Yeah, he wasn't great.
I say him. Just because, like, he starts laughing during that scene.
No offense to the mom, but she was pretty bad. But she was funny.
I guess.
She was funny.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, she was cool, but she's the one that, like, literally, like...
Like you said, though, it's like they're all bad, but it's part of the charm.
It's not the
so
point.
it's like, it's kind of hard to be like...
It's not the
you know
point,
what I mean?
but it's fun to think about,
Yeah,
you know? Like, the different acting parts in the
Yeah.
movie. But yeah, the mom could not keep her lines right.
Well, that's true, so that is pretty bad.
But yeah, Pink Flamingos.
Pink Flamingos.
Pretty badass.
Great film.
Pretty badass movie.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it, Evan. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it was a twisted watch.
Well, you paid full price for the Criterion Collection of the Blu-ray, so I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, I got it for $20.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Huh.
It was on sale. So.
Does it have a slipcover?
It does have a slipcover.
Is that what I saw?
I mean, probably a little over 20, like 23, 24, something like that.
It's $20 and it came with a barf bag?
Yeah, I had the barf bag
It's
inside.
steal.
Yeah.
Steal.
Yeah.
I almost needed it.
Huh?
I almost needed it. Thank you, John Waters. Thank you, Divine. God rest your soul.
God rest her soul. His soul. I don't know what he identified as. Yeah, he was a man.
God rest your soul, Divine.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say. And thank you for listening. That was a wonderful time.
Oh, it was.
That movie's been on my watch list for a long time. I'm glad to have seen it.
Get it off the list.
It
Me
has
too.
It has enriched my life. You know, check it off.
Oh, yeah, it certainly has, hasn't it?
Do you have anything to add?
Fun movie.
Great movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would recommend it.
Better movie than any Disney movie in the last.
I think it's
20
a good
years.
first date movie.
I would say if you have like a sweet, like beautiful girl, and she's like, "Hey, like, can I come see like your house? Like, what are you into?" She's like, "I'll show you my favorite movie."
Yeah, I would
And
do
you
that.
show her Pink Flamingos, and you hold her down.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks again for watching. 3 out of 3 stars. Great film. Please subscribe for another wacky movie another wacky dick sucking movie next week.
Yeah, we're gonna get there.
We hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a like. Leave a comment.
Leave a comment, please.
Leave a comment. How would you make this movie nastier? What movie?
Yeah, that's
what
a good
scene
idea.
Would you
That's
add?
a good idea.
What scene would you add?
I would have like Divine like show her ass and fart. That'd be pretty nasty, right?
Clever.
Yeah.
It's a clever idea.
Like you pull up her dress and you see her fat ass and she farts.
I mean, I don't know. Like you see,
I'm like, oh.
you see a guy jerking off and cum. You see like rape. You can't say that. I have to censor that. Censor that. And
You see fart. You don't see any farts. Where are the farts at?
you see shit.
You don't fart. Nobody farted.
But it's like that's like saying like, oh, you don't see pre cum when you see cum.
I didn't see any farts.
You know what I mean?
Did Divine fart? No.
Okay, fine. Add farts.
Yeah.
There. Don't comment. Evan did your job for you. Okay. All right.